Hello everyone and welcome to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at some more figures from Star Wars The Force Awakens, and again we're going to continue to take a look at the Build-A-Weapon series. Next up we're going to take a look at a really cool figure and perhaps one of the most eagerly anticipated and sought after characters from the entire Force Awakens line. It is of course none other than this guy, the villain of The Force Awakens, Kylo Ren himself. This is an absolutely awesome figure, and I know that some people would disagree with that statement due to the fact that he only features 5 points of articulation, but for me personally, the sculpt and detail on this guy more than make up for the lack of posability, and I'll talk about why that is in just a little bit. But right off the bat, this is an awesome character design and a fantastic figure, and I can't recommend him enough. So if you want to purchase this guy, you know the drill. Hit the link in the video description, as that will take you to staractionfigures.co.uk, and at the time of filming this review he is unfortunately only available for pre-order. The first few batches of this guy did indeed sell out, and like in brick and mortar stores, you know, as soon as he comes in he's flying back out again. He's not hanging around on store shelves, so if you want him, get him. You know, as soon as you see him, don't hesitate, pick him up. And again, if you want a guarantee on adding this one to your collection, then staractionfigures.co.uk via the link below is indeed the way to go. Now, before we get a look at this figure in a lot more detail, we are going to take a look at the packaging that he comes in. And once again, we do get the sort of standard Build-A-Weapon packaging for the Force Awakens line. As you can see at the top, we do have an image of Kylo Ren himself, which is the sort of brand image for the Force Awakens, and we also have the logo for the movie just at the side. Below that we have a really cool piece of character artwork of Kylo Ren himself once again, as you can see, using the Force with lightsaber in hand, which looks really cool. One thing to point out is there is actually a variant of this card back out there at the moment. Kylo Ren has been repacked in Wave 3 of the Force Awakens line, which also features General Hux, PZ, Force EO and many other characters. And there is a slightly altered image on the card for the Kylo Ren repack, so that's one to track down for you variant card chasers out there. On the reverse side of the box, we have some other figures available in the Force Awakens line. Once again, these are from the Forest mission of the Force Awakens Build-A-Weapon series, and as you can see, to complete that buildable weapon, you do have to complete the 3 figures within this theme, and those are of course Captain Phasma, who we took a look at in my last review, so feel free to check that one out. It should pop up on screen at some point right about now, so that you can give that a watch. There's Kylo Ren himself, of course, pictured on the card back, and unfortunately a repack of Luke Skywalker. Now this isn't Luke from The Force Awakens, this is from The Empire Strikes Back, and the figure itself is a repack of the Mission Series Luke that we've reviewed many months ago. So you know, the chances of me completing this Build-A-Weapon piece are low, mainly due to the fact that it's a very uninteresting weapon, and I have no interest in picking up a repacked Luke that I already own. So, you know, a few points lost to Hasbro on that one, but you know, it is what it is. So that is the packaging for this figure. Now let's take a look at what we get inside, and we'll kick things off by taking a look at the Build-A-Weapon piece just to get it out of the way, as it's a very underwhelming piece. As you can see, it's almost sort of like a bear trap contraption crossed with a claw. I don't really know what this is meant to be, but like with the rest of the Build-A-Weapon pieces, it does integrate with the other ones in the line, and this one clips into the sort of tree cutter, buzzsaw, chainsaw thing that comes with Captain Phasma, and as you can see, really doesn't add much to it at all, really. Very odd choice of combinable pieces, so the less said about those the better. Not a fan of the Build-A-Weapon concept for the most part, but what I am a fan of is this awesome Kylo Ren figure. Now, as I said at the beginning of the review, while this guy does only feature 5 points of articulation, the sculpt and detail on this one are absolutely phenomenal. One of the things I really like about this guy is the overall sculpt and texture within the robes. Now, as you can see, obviously the robes are made of plastic, but if we take a look a little bit closer at those robes, you'll see there's this really cool sort of woven stitched effect, which is apparent throughout the robe, which just looks absolutely incredible. And again, if we come around the back of the figure, it's even apparent on this cape that he's wearing as well. I really love the tattered and frayed image, or edges rather, around that cape as well. They really add a lot of depth to not only the figure but the character. Definitely looks like he's been through the wars, and he's a more rough and ready sort of character. He's not as crisp and polished as Darth Vader. Now, in terms of articulation, we'll run through that first, just because I know that it's a little bit of a deal breaker for some, but not so much of a problem for others. It does feature a ball joint at the head, swivels at the shoulders, and swivels at the hips. As you can see, the robes are sculpted to the legs, but like with figures from the Saga Legends and Mission Series lines, Hasbro have sculpted the legs inside these hollow robes, so we do get a little bit of additional detail in there. One of the things I've noticed on some of the larger scale Kylo Ren figures is that his boots are very, very similar to the ones worn by Anakin Skywalker in the prequel trilogy. So it does seem that Kylo Ren is a little bit of a Vader fanatic. Obviously, in concept art and also in the trailer, we've seen Kylo holding the helmet of Darth Vader that has been recovered from the funeral pyre on Endor. The overall design of the mask, for example, seems very inspired by Darth Vader. You've obviously got that quite iconic faceplate at the front, an overall very mysterious and cool look. And by the sounds of things, from rumours that I've read regarding the plot of the movie, and this is a spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't want to know, Kylo Ren does appear to be hell-bent on recovering Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, or Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber, that was of course lost at the Battle of Bespin. So, you know, be interesting to see how Kylo Ren's character portrays on screen, but from what we've seen and heard of this guy so far, I'm really excited to see him in action. He's a very, very cool character indeed. Now, in addition to the excellent sculpt on the figure itself, the weapon that Kylo Ren comes with is equally as nice. If we just zoom in a little bit on that, just give you a look at it in closer detail, you'll see that the lightsaber hilt is very well sculpted. As you'll see, it really does capture all the detail and the overall essence of that weapon that Kylo Ren uses in the film. From what we've seen of it so far, it does look to be a handcrafted weapon, made from various pieces of scrap metal and all that sort of stuff, and that's definitely apparent in this sculpt. It's a very worn, tattered, and crude design, and it just looks really, really cool. And of course, you do have that really nice cross guard sort of design going on as well. Makes this thing look almost like a sword. One of the other things that I really like about the lightsaber is the texture within the blade itself. Obviously, from what we've seen of Kylo Ren's lightsaber in the Force Awakens trailer, it's a very unconventional lightsaber. It doesn't just shoot straight out of the hilt, and it's not a smooth blade. It's very jagged, almost sort of rippled, and it's almost like fire coming out of that lightsaber hilt. So really, really cool in that respect. And the sculpt of the lightsaber really captures that look, as you can see. I'm not sure how sharp it looks on camera, but it definitely has a sort of rippled effect sculpted into it. It's almost as though there are veins running up the blade, which look fantastic. Really big fan of that. Again, hope that's showing up nice and crisp on camera for you. So all in all, just a great design. Love the character of Kylo Ren. I think his overall look and appearance is really, really cool. And again, cannot wait to see him in action in The Force Awakens. As I said, we know little about this guy at the moment, but I'm sure more things and more details about this character will be revealed when The Force Awakens is released in cinemas. And we now know, thanks to the reveal at New York Comic Con, that the world premiere for The Force Awakens will take place on December 14th in Los Angeles. So, it's only a matter of time until the movie comes out, and I cannot wait. So that is going to do it for this review on Kylo Ren, once again from the Build-A-Weapon series of The Force Awakens. Very cool figure, highly recommended, and again, if you want to pick this guy up, be sure to hit the link in the video description, and I'll be back to give you a look at some more Star Wars The Force Awakens figures very, very soon. We've got some Lego sets to take a look at, some action figure multi-packs, and we're going to be taking a look at even more versions of Kylo Ren, as I'll be giving you a look at the 14-inch Talking figure from the Disney Store, the Black Series 6-inch figure from Hasbro, and also the Disney Store exclusive Elite Series diecast figure. So it's going to be a bit of a Kylo Ren avalanche of reviews coming soon, and again I hope you'll stay tuned for all of those upcoming videos. So until my next review, again thank you for watching, and until next time, keep collecting and may the Force be with you.